Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this XIDU 5 GHz Wi-Fi projector. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this projector supports 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. It supports Bluetooth output, but it also supports Bluetooth input, meaning you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker. The native resolution on it is 1080p, but you can use it with 4K sources. So let's get this open. So that box feels very premium. Here we have a foam cover here, and here's the projector. Here we have a thank you card. Then in the box, if we pull the bottom out, we have the accessories. So we have a manual, remote control. This takes 2 AAA batteries. So it doesn't appear to come with batteries. I'll throw some in. So here we have an analog AV cable. So that would be for legacy components like video cameras, VCRs, game systems. We have an HDMI cable, and here's the power cord. So I'll get this stuff out of the way. Well, let's look at the projector. We have the lens on the front. This looks like an infrared sensor. We have a vent on the side. On the back here we have a speaker, it looks like. This here looks like an intake filter. We have infrared on the back, power, 2 USB ports, headphone out, AV in, and HDMI. And on the other side we have the focus control. Let's check out the bottom. So here we have rubber feet and we have a 1/4 thread. So you can use that for mounting it. So you could ceiling mount this. You can mount this on a tripod. So that makes it very versatile for mounting. And here it says power consumption is 160 watts. So one thing I'm not seeing on here is a leveling foot. So you may need to stack things under this to raise it up. But it does have that tripod foot. So if you have this on a mount, you can just adjust your mount. And then on top we have these buttons here. We have power, we have the direction keys, back, and OK. That's kind of a retro style look to that. I like that. So let's take a quick look at the manual. So these are the components it comes with. Here's the product overview. We just looked at those things. Here's the remote overview. We have warnings. See, this says to keep it 30 centimeters, which would be 1 foot away from surfaces for ventilation. And you'll want to read through all this. I'm just skimming through it. Here's a projection size chart. So these are the different distances, and this is the screen size. So this has 4-point keystone adjustment, has horizon and vector keystone, focus, inputs, Bluetooth connection. So it has that Bluetooth input mode. So it looks like you select soundbar to enter that mode and it will turn off the projector. And it has the wireless connection mode for streaming from your iOS and Android device. On iOS it uses AirPlay. On Android it uses Miracast. You can also connect a PC with HDMI cable. This also supports USB sticks with media on them, so you could have video or pictures on a USB stick and plug it in. Here it talks about Fire TV stick, so that would be a very common way to view media on it. Now when you're casting, there are many services that don't support casting due to copyright protection, so your best option would probably be to use something like a Fire TV stick or Roku or something to stream video. Now the casting typically works with other applications. It usually works with YouTube and other applications where it mirrors the screen. Okay, so let me get this plugged in and point it at the wall and then we'll take a look at it. So before I point it at the wall, I want to show it is drawing about 1 watt in standby. Let's power it on. And now it's drawing a little over 100 watts. So that can vary, I'm sure, depending on what you're watching, how bright you have the light, the sound level. But that gives you a basic idea of how much power this draws. Okay, so I've set this projector up on a tripod. Let's power this on. Okay, so it's asking us our language. I'll hit English. And here we have the main interface. So on the left we have soundbar, we have Bluetooth, AV, HDMI, so those look like some of our sources. Then we have in the middle we have AirPlay and Miracast, and then we have video, music, photo, and Office Suite. So let's go up to the settings. And here we have the different settings. We have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, about, language settings, date settings, factory reset, and projection image settings. Let's go to Wi-Fi. So here I'll enter in my Wi-Fi settings. Okay, so it says new software is ready, so it found a firmware update. So I'll let it do that, and then I'll continue. Okay, so after the firmware update, we have the language menu again. So let's take a quick look at the other settings here. We have Bluetooth. Here we can add an accessory, so we could add a Bluetooth speaker to this. Go to About. So it says this is model S1, has our software version and our firmware version. Language settings, date settings. It's set up with automatic date and time. I'll fix my time zone here. Then we have projection image settings. So we have install mode. With that we have front desktop, front ceiling, rear ceiling. So this will switch the image around depending on if you have it hanging from a ceiling or sitting on a desktop, or if you're projecting from the front or behind. Then we have 4-point keystone. So here we can adjust this to match the screen. Then we have horizon and vector keystone. So we can adjust these sliders here. and then we have zoom. So you can zoom this down to 50%. So those are the settings. Let's connect this to AirPlay. So it says cool air mirror or USB mirror. I'll do the cool air mirror. I have an iPad here. I'll follow the instructions and connect up to this. Okay, so now I'm mirroring the screen. So I'll play a video here. So that was very easy and fast to set up. The audio and video are both being streamed to the projector. And the video is keeping up. Okay, so I'll exit out of that. So that's a very handy way to get video onto this. We also have Miracast for Android. Now I'm going to plug in a USB flash drive. We should see the USB icon illuminate and it says USB is connected. So to access that, I'll actually go down here to video. So I'll go to the second option here. This is the flash drive. I'll play one of these. Okay, so that worked. Okay, let's do this train one. So that pulled up very quickly and it looks very good. Okay, that worked great. Now you can play music on this also. And then we have photo. I do have some photos, so let's look at those. So I can go to the next, so I could do like a slideshow on here. Go back to home. And then we have Office Suite down here also. So I think this would be for like PowerPoint presentations and such. Yeah. Then of course on the left side we have our inputs including HDMI. So a common use for this probably would be to hook a computer into this or to connect another media device, video game system to it. So to shut it down, I'll press the power button. It says do I want to shut down? I'll say okay. And now it's shutting down. So here's a little look at how I had this set up. I had it on a tripod here. So that's the XIDU 5 GHz Wi-Fi projector. I was really impressed with the image quality and brightness of this. It looked really good. The images were sharp. Now there was some fan noise on here. It didn't bother me a lot, but you can hear it. So I did have my head right next to this while I was shooting this. But in actual usage, this would typically be behind you. So that's something to keep in mind. So if this is missing one thing, it would probably be a leveling foot, but it does have that tripod mount. And I find those to be super versatile. If you take this somewhere, you can mount it on a tripod and you can aim it perfectly at the wall. You can raise it to just the height you want. When you're talking about that foot missing, that'd be just if you set it on a surface and you need to raise it up a little bit, you'd have to stick something under it. But most of the time I use projectors, I do have them on a tripod. And I really like the audio quality on it. The speaker and a projector will never replace a full surround system, but if you set this up in a room, hook a Fire TV stick into it, you can stream a movie and you can listen to it and enjoy the movie. And if you want to, you could connect up external speakers, including Bluetooth speaker. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.